And at the base of it all, it is about caring. It's really about caring.
How would Martin Luther King have described a good person? I think he would have talked about kindness and courage and service to others. He would have suggested using your gifts to make life better for the community, helping and inspiring the children. And thus, I think he would have been very proud of the artist E.B. Lewis. On November 16, 2011, Mr. Lewis appeared at the neighborhood Interfaith Movement's Community Resource Center to read from his books and to dedicate the E.B. Lewis Reading Corner.
How many of you love to draw?
Me.
Yeah, good, good. What are some of the things you love to draw?
I like to draw everything.
You know what?
I like to
That's
draw
the best
water.
answer, because this little girl that I'm about to share with you, she loves drawing everything. Her name is Lily Brown. Lily Brown's paintings, wow. And that's by Angela Johnson. She's the author of the book. And I've reached this age where I need glasses. So I am going to put my glasses on. I look like a dude, huh? Here we go. Lily Brown's paintings. See, I'm in my comfortable chair.
E.B. Lewis has become one of America's truly great artists. He is an award-winning children's book illustrator, and he also shows his fine art in galleries and museums using the name Earl Lewis. His style is usually lyrical and extremely realistic, but in Lily Brown, he tried to use the style of kids' art.
Lily Brown loves her mama, her daddy, her baby brother, and the world they live in. Sometimes she spins around. Sometimes she spins around. No, I can't go higher. Because then it'll be way up here and you won't see it. I was mentioning about this book that it took probably about 6 months to actually be able to mimic the art of a child. It is very difficult to mimic an art of a child, and it's fortunate that my studio is filled with children's art. I have it all over the place. They send me images from the various schools after I've done a school visit. And so I had the reference there, and it was great. And then if you look through the book, you'll see that I'm referencing artists that I love. There's Van Gogh in there, there's Gauguin, there's Odeon Rodin. This little girl, Lily, she loves to paint, and I'm sure in her family, like mine, they probably took her to the art museum. I'm sure she was amazed, as I was, of the various painters and dreaming one day to be up there. So it's whimsical, it's fun, and it's educational at the same time. Sometimes Lily walks around her in her paintings or sails away through fields of red corn and purple painted skyscrapers. In Lily Brown's paintings, the color of people and places change with her heart. People walk upside down. You ever see people walk upside down? People walk upside down, and the buildings on the street dance and with airplanes flying above. It's another world. Lily Brown paints. Where are we going? Get over here. Lily's paintings. Lily paints all she sees and feels her own way. She puts the world of color and light on anything she can find. It's magical. But at the end of the day, when Lily Brown is about to put her paints away, she remembers her mama's smile, her daddy's eyes, and the way her baby brother holds her hand before he goes to sleep. It's their world again, and it's wondrous. The end. Lily. Oh, God. Did you like that one?
It's early January 2012 now, and in a few weeks, we Americans will be celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King. E.B. Lewis had another book that he shared with these youngsters, one that really embodies the ideals of MLK.
We get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. Because your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be.
Now, this one I'm going to recite. Okay, you ready for this one? You gotta be good though. You gotta be extra good. If I don't need glasses for this one because I know it by heart. Okay, here we go. That summer, the fence that stretched through our town seemed bigger. We lived in a big yellow house on one side of it. White people lived on the other. And Mama said, don't climb over the fence when you play. She said it wasn't safe. That summer, there was a girl who wore a pink sweater. Each morning, she climbed up on the fence and she sat there staring over at our side. Sometimes I stared back. She never sat on that fence with anybody, that girl didn't. Once, we were playing double dutch, she asked if she could play. And my friend Sandra said no, without even asking the rest of us. I don't know what I would have said. Maybe yes, maybe no. That summer, everyone and everything on the other side of the fence seemed far away. And when I asked my mama why, she said because that's the way things had always been. Sometimes when me and Mom went into town, I saw that girl with her mama. She looked sad sometimes, that girl did. Don't stare, my mama said. It's not polite. Well, it rained a lot that summer. On rainy days, that girl sat on her fence in a raincoat, and she let herself get all wet and act like she didn't even care. Sometimes I saw her dancing around in puddles, splashing and laughing. My mama wouldn't let me go out in the rain. That's why I bought you rainy day toys, my mama said. You stay inside here, where it's warm, safe, and dry. But every time it rained, I always looked for that girl, and I always found her somewhere near the fence. Someplace in the middle of summer, the rain stopped, and when I walked outside, the grass was damp, and the sun was already high up in the sky. I stood there with my hands up in the air. I felt brave that day. I felt free. I got close to the fence, and a girl asked me my name. Clover, I said. Mine's Annie, she said. Annie Paul. I live over yonder, where you see the laundry. That's my blouse hanging on the line. She smiled then. She had a pretty smile, and then I smiled, and we stood there staring at each other, smiling. It's nice up on this fence, Annie said. You can see all over. I ran my hands along the fence, and I reached up to touch the top of it. A fence like this was made for sitting on, Annie said, and she looked at me sideways. My mama said I shouldn't go on the other side. My mama said the same thing, but she never said anything about sitting on it. Neither did my own mama, I smiled. Some mornings my mama watched us. I waited for her to tell me to get down from that fence before you break your neck or something, but she never did. I see you made a new friend, she said one morning, and I nodded, and Mama smiled. That summer, me and Annie sat up on that fence and watched the whole wide world around us. We sat up on the fence, all of us, in one long line. Someday, somebody's gonna come along and knock this old fence down, Annie said. Yeah, I nodded. Someday. The end. Jackie Woodson. That's the end. That was good. Thank you.
Freedom ring. When we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, the